Jen. I'm the producer at Sweet Bandit Studio, and we're the maker of Deceive Inc.
All right, so I just got my first hands-on with Deceive Inc, and I think I became a more patient person. I'm not a very sneak guy, but you can't play this game just running around and shooting people.
Well, you can. It's just you cannot play that for long. The game will punish you, and the players will find you and punish you for playing too aggressive. You have to really think about the choices that you make.
You've really got to become the NPC and getting into their heads.
Yeah, it's better that way, for sure. If you play the stealth road and you really just, kind of see what they're doing, try to act like them, then you can actually pass for them, and you can get way easier into the game.
So, yeah, essentially you're a spy, you're trying to steal a briefcase, and like it seems like this is all part of the training mission essentially for you, right?
So basically, Deceive Inc, your company, has sent 12 of you, if you're playing solo, 12 spies for the same objective, because they want to make sure that it's going to get done, so they send 12 people because it's the best way. So you're in competition with your fellow spies, and you're all going for the same thing, and you just have to be the clever and the best.
Nice. One thing I noticed when I was playing is you can basically scan any object and become it, including the toilet.
Yes, toilet plant. One of my favorite is an inflammable, floater, but it's shaped like a flamingo, a pink flamingo. So basically you can turn into objects that will help you kind of melt into the background so that people don't notice you. And you can think that you would see a toilet in the middle of a room slowly moving, but it's somehow many players can miss that.
Yeah, because honestly, I was more looking for people acting weird than it was for objects acting weird. So I think, that's a good angle to take on it.
Yeah, it is good. And you may think that it's very obvious the way you're playing, but it doesn't mean that the players are going to spot you real fast. And it's such a high pace when you're being chased by someone that maybe you just miss, that very suspicious looking box right there beside you.
Yeah. The other thing I noticed is you've got to keep an eye on your supplies, because I was running out of ammo a lot when I was playing this, but then I was also getting shot a lot because I was getting bowled, and trying to find food, trying to find ammo, and then you also need to gather intelligence so you can unlock doors as well. So there's all of these supplies and things you need to ration, it seems.
Yeah, that's why the first phase of the game, which is the insertion, is very crucial. You gather intel, you can get resources like key cards that will help you go to the rooms that are way faster, so that when you're at the end and it's super fast-paced and you're missing out on ammo, you know exactly where to find them, and you've got the key cards, so you can just go quickly into a room, you gather some ammo, you take a snack by so that you can get a little bit more health, and then you're good to go.
Nice. Now, the two missions I saw today, one seemed like it was at a shopping mall, and then another one was at a fancy dinner gala, kind of that fancy spy dinner that we see in a lot of films.
Yeah. So basically, the game will launch with 4 maps. You've played 2 of them. You've played in the Spanish mansion where there's an auction hall happening, and it's just a cover to sell very important information. And then the second one is an underwater hotel where there's weapons everywhere because they're weapon seller. And it's just very plain, an NPC, a civilian, is just there to have fun, but then there's this very secret labs, and there's all those people working for that supervillain.
Nice. The other, speaking of supervillains, I think one character that caught my eye in particular was Hans. I'm a big Die-Hard fan, so I like a lot of those little nods that I'm seeing in this game. There's a character that seems inspired by John Shaft. You've got your sort of 007 sort of characters, a lot of homages.
Yeah. Squire is a really good example too. So he's our newbie. He's the newest recruit. He's wearing his little suit of spy, just a beautiful suit, and he's just overdressed for the job. When Cavalier's just rocking our detective outfit right there. She's just casual. But yeah, Hans is like the reformed supervillain. Like, he used to be a supervillain and now he's working for Deceive Inc. And he thinks that everything is beneath him. And he brings that energy and that beautiful, like, bold attitude to his gameplay.
Yeah, I love the shotgun hand too.
Yeah, and his expertise is basically just intimidating people. So you can just like go into a room and you're like, nah, I will scare the hell out of you.
Yeah, there seems to be an interesting balance between the characters. You have people that are sort of geared towards being very sneaky or like sort of espionage, and then you have people that are a little more aggressive, and you have some trackers as well. Like, what was the process like sort of balancing the different character classes? And like, you've got a lot of people playing at once. Like, that's got to be like a process to make sure that nobody is just too OP.
Exactly. There's like a sniper. So if you're more like into like taking like precise shots and making sure that you're tracking your enemies, then Ace is for you. But then if you're more of the sneaky one, like Larstein is for you. He is the thief. He will, his melee is actually, steal an item off of people. So he can even steal the suitcase, like the objective off of you. So that's kind of a very interesting way that you can play.
Yeah, actually that was the character I played as. I stole the briefcase from somebody as they were trying to escape, but then I was out of ammo, so I couldn't kill the other person standing on the escape objective so I could get out of there, and that was kind of my downfall. So like, yeah, I definitely felt that like that item management stuff right away.
And that's where your gadgets can come really handy. So if you had like a turret, you could place a turret and the turret could have started shooting your enemy for you. And it's where you can leverage the items that we offer, the gadgets, into your own advantage and how you play the game.
And ironically, I unequipped the turret and picked the umbrella shield instead. I blew it.
It's a good item too. It just depends on what you're gonna fight, and you never know what you're gonna fight, huh? You never know what you're gonna be needed.
Yeah, it just goes to show how important that pre-game planning really is to this game.
Yeah, and with the team mode, then you have to talk with your teammates and make sure that everyone is kind of like choosing the right items for how you're gonna want to play. Do you want to have same turrets and that you have 3 turrets, or do you want to have different ones and kind of leverage different ways of playing the game?
Nice. So you mentioned the team play. Is that 4 teams of 3 facing off against each other then usually?
Exactly. So with solo or teams, it's 12 player maximum. So in solo, it's 12 people against each other. In teams, it's going to be 4 teams of 3s. And then for now, of course, it can always change. The game hasn't launched yet, but we're really going for the 4 teams of 3, and it gets really interesting.
Nice. What's it been like for you to be here at PAX, like letting people get like hands-on and like interacting with the fans?
It's amazing, honestly. I mean, we're all behind our computers trying to think what the players are gonna like, how the players are gonna react, but we get to see it today, so it's been great. And the greatest part is going through, like, it takes like maybe 20 minutes to go through a full game. But then you see those returning faces. So we've been seeing a lot of the same people coming back again and again, and they're doing the lineup and they're waiting just to get their chance to play again, and that feels honestly amazing.
Yeah, like, full disclosure here, I died very, very quickly in the first game because I didn't realize that the guards, the NPCs, could also shoot at you. So I like started throwing down with the guard. I got taken out like right away. And I was hell-bent and determined in my second game to survive, to get out of there. I still died. I came very close to winning, but yeah, it really kind of showed me like very quickly how I needed to play and what I was doing wrong.
Yeah, of course there's going to be a learning curve and the game is not finished, but for sure, like once you played once or twice, you're like, oh no, I got it now. I know how to leverage my skills, my character, and then you can just progress a little bit. Maybe you want to try a different character, a different way of playing, and different gadgets, and it's just, there's a lot of levels that you can adapt, that you can find into the game because of that.
Yeah, I've always felt like honesty is the best policy, but this is going to turn me into a dirty, filthy liar.
I mean, it's Deceive Inc.
That's what it's all about. So I'm curious, do you have like a release window at this point for the game?
Yeah, so it's going to be early in 2023. So we don't have a specific date, but it's going to be in the first quarter for sure.
Nice. And I'm guessing you have more levels to reveal and things like that. Are we going to see any more spy characters, or is this the roster that we'll be getting?
So for the launch, we're going to have the 8 spies that you've seen today. There is going to be a progression, so you won't have all of them at first. You're going to have to kind of get used to the game, and then you can unlock characters pretty fast. And we will launch with 4 maps. So you've seen 2 today, but there's 2 others that are waiting for you to discover. Also very like classic James Bondy spy movies kind of scenery, which is of course what we're going for.
So does everyone at Deceive Inc, do you prefer your martinis shaken, not stirred then?
I don't know for everyone at Sweet Bandits, but I can say that for sure we're gonna have to put a little bit more martinis into the levels just to make sure, and we can start the debate there.
Yeah, you might need a few more after work too.
Well, after this, perhaps, but it's been so good that I don't. It's just I think we're all so excited and so like filled with energy from seeing the players interact with the game.
Nice, excellent. Well, celebration martinis it is then.
I will take it stir then.
Very good. So where can folks go to if they want to keep up with Deceive Inc and follow what you're up to?
Well, we're really active on social media, so at Play Deceiving. We have a Discord in which we try to keep everyone updated. You can also subscribe to be part of the first playtest. So we're going to have some closed alpha opening soon. There's going to be limited places, but you can put yourself into a list and hopefully we're going to see you there.
All right. Maybe some people are going to hack into that list and put themselves on it, perhaps?
Perhaps.
We'll have to wait and see. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Well, thank you for playing, and hopefully we're going to get more players soon.